So every year after the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony, I am reminded of all of the artists that aren't in there and just what a snob fest it is. Because, well, I'm gonna read you a little list here that I've made of just some of the artists who are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But meanwhile, Outkast just got inducted, and there's always like one or two every year that you're like, okay, cool, Soundgarden, I'm good with. Like, they deserve to be in there. And I'm not taking away from the influence that Outkast has had, but let me read you a little bit of this list. These are all artists that are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Iron Maiden, not in the Rock Hall. Motorhead, obviously they weren't influential in any way, shape, or form. Alice in Chains, not. Greg Allman, not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Boston, none of you hear More Than a Feeling on a daily basis. Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper might be one of the most classic rock and roll metal songs of all time, but no, they're not in the Rock Hall. Phil Collins, nope, didn't play any big role in music in the 80s or anything. Dio, nah. Dio wasn't a big deal. He doesn't need to be in there. Neither does Rainbow, because, Rainbow wasn't influential to modern music whatsoever. Neither Sammy Hagar or David Lee Roth are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Not big influences, no big deal. Don Henley and Joe Walsh, both not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Motley Crue, nope. Thin Lizzy, not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If you know Thin Lizzy, then you know what an influence they've had on heavy music. Styx, nope, not in there. Scorpions, not a big enough, band. And the last one I wrote down is funny because you're going to snicker, but you don't realize that Toto is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I say that significantly because if you do any kind of research, you'll find out that Toto recorded some of the biggest hits of the 80s and 90s. As of right now, they are Ringo Starr's touring backing band. Like, do a little research on Toto and see they are like basically a super group that are responsible for like 80% of the biggest hits to come out for, more than a decade. But that's just a list of some of the artists that are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because obviously they don't deserve to be. And, Outkast and those people do. So